Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nikmashita binti Ninasri and I will be your host for tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone for attending this debate show, a program organized by Kelab Debat dan Pidato Cawangan Terengganu Kampus Dungun and Cawangan Pahang on this Saturday evening. Greetings to Madam Nuraihana binti Muhammad Salim, Advisor of Kelab Debat dan Pidato Cawangan Terengganu Kampus Dungun, Madam Hazlin bin Hassan bin Miss Hanani binti Hamdan, Advisor of Kelab Debat dan Pidato Cawangan Pahang Kampus Raup, as well as Patricia Yasmin binti Nur Haizam, our head program of debate show. Without further ado, let's start our program by singing the national anthem Negaraku and Wawasan Setia UiTM.
Bersatu kita warga UiTM, kita bangsa perkasa, taat dan setia untuk negara, penuh semangat wajah. Jangan mudah terlupa pengorbanan perjuangan anak bangsa. Kita jangan mudah terleka kemajuan keamanan yang ada. Kita terima kasih pada pemimpin negara.
Ladies and gentlemen, to begin with our program today, I would like to call upon Aiman Hadi bin Nazri to lead the recitation of prayer. Please welcome.
الله تعالى وبركاته. الفاتحة. تعالى وبركاته. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد
Amin, Amin, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Aiman, for the prayer. We hope that tonight's event will be carried out smoothly. Now, for the moment we've been waiting for, our main purpose for this program is about to begin. I would like to invite our respective chairperson, Hisham Hilmi bin Omar, to continue with our debate show.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. My name is Hisham Hilmi bin Omar, and I will be your honorable chairperson as well as the timekeeper for tonight's debate. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce the motion for tonight's debate as well as the speakers from the government and the opposition side. The motion for tonight's debate would be this House believes that group assignments should be banned. The government side would be represented by KDP UiTM Cawangan Pahang Campus Raup with Nur Ipah Izzah binti Isa as the Prime Minister, Muhammad Afiq Aiman Maula bin Muhammad Basirun as the Deputy Prime Minister, and Putra Zarzilah bin Zain as the Government Whip. Meanwhile, the opposition side would be represented by KDP UiTM Cawangan Terengganu Campus Dungun with Nur Madiha as the Leader of Opposition, Ahmad Faris Iman bin Alias as their Deputy Leader of Opposition, and Siti Ufa Sofia binti Sheikh Isham as the Opposition Whip. Before we start this debate, I would like to tell the audience and remind the speakers of the debate rules for tonight. Number one, no inappropriate words or gestures should be said or done in this debate floor. Speakers should get their points across in a civilized manner. Number two, no usage of Bahasa Melayu words is allowed in this debate. Number three, point of information or POIs is not allowed only on the first and last minute of the debate. POIs can be done by any speakers, but they should be concise, as POIs should only be given in the span of 2 minutes. If the POI exceeds the 2 minutes given, I am allowed to cut you off and give the floor back to the current speaker. Number 4, speakers are given 7 minutes to get their case and point across. I would give a reminder when POI is allowed be given as well if the speaker exceeds the 7-minute time limit. To start this debate off, I would like to invite Ifa as the Prime Minister to present her case.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Assalamualaikum and a very good night to the Honorable Chairman, Advisor of KDP UiTM Terengganu Campus Dungun, to my worthy opponents, to the member of the houses and lovely audience who are watching right now. We are gathered today to debate the motion that this House believes that group assignment should be banned. Before proceeding with the arguments, let me define the topic of today's debate. According to Oxford Dictionary, group means a number of people or things that are located, gathered, or classed together, while assignment means a task or piece of work allocated to someone as part of a job or course of study. So for group assignment, brings the meaning of work done by a group of people working together, for example, students in a classroom. Today's motion is about this House belief that group assignment should be banned. Therefore, ban means officially or legally prohibit something. Thus, this House believes that group assignment should be banned because from conceptual understanding in the government, we want to prohibit group assignment as a sort of assessment given by our higher education institution to the students. And we will give the reason and justification through government's arguments. Let's move on to the second order of the government's speech. The government wants to specifically focus this motion in the eyes of students that are currently studying in the higher education institution locally. Why? Because of the pandemic, students have had to face the virtual learning, which is online distance learning (ODL). Therefore, during ODL period, the lecturers will ask the students to do the group assignment as a part of their assessment, which is why students are being burdened and struggle to complete the group assignment. Next is the direction that the government want to achieve at the end of this day if this motion is passed. It is to have students that are in the higher education institution to be more knowledgeable and quality graduates. As long as group assignment fails to give students with quality educational results and theoretical comprehension results, therefore, we should need to pass this motion and ban group assignment. So, Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask the opposition to prove that group assignment can be a solution to the problem that students face during the ODL period. Let's go to my first point, which is the unfair presentation of students' marks. Group assignment does not guarantee whether quality of education can be upheld for everyone. So, for example, through average fallacies, if a group consists of 4 or 5 people for the group assignment, let's say that one person from the group does like 80% worth the work, while the other team members does like 20% worth the work. And then when the lecturers announce their marks, all of their works will be the same because it is a group assignment. Therefore, is it fair for the student that does 80% of the work? The answer is no, it's not. For the mechanism, the government agrees that group assignment is not an effective way for assessment. There are other assessments, such as individual assessment, that are more effective and advantageous to students. So, to sum it up, if we compare the average fallacies to the real life, all universities will have the same quality if they keep on doing group assignments. Thus, that will affect the production of good and quality graduates at the universities. Lastly, the reason that the government believes that group assignment should be banned is because the purpose of group assignments doesn't actually bring benefit to students' academia. And that concludes my speech. Let me repeat that the government support the action that this House believes that group assignment should be banned. Thank you.
Seconds. So, speaker spoke for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Next, I would like to invite Madiha as the leader of opposition to present her case.
Hi, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I, as the leader of oppositions, will do the rebuttals, and also would like to add some definitions and changing the current situations given and the directions. So basically, when you say that it is unfair for the students to have higher marks than the other because they do all the works and things, well, you can solve this by reporting to the lecturer if your member or the member is not giving any initiative after all the things you could do. You can just report to your lecturer and give the evidence that the students is not helpful, so then your lecturer can take actions of it. Okay. And I just want to add the definitions is that group assignments basically refers to a collaborative learning environment where students work through problems and assessments together. And also the Prime Minister has said that we disagree with the status quo given by the Prime Minister, because it's not valid, because in these current situations, university do hybrid learning and also mostly face to face more than the odd DL. So like we are slowly moving to the new norms, and also the directions. So basically, when you say that group assignment is fail to meet the quality of the educations, well, it's totally wrong, because if we look at the ministry quality agency categories of learning outcomes, there are basically 8 learning outcomes that are the most influential factors in providing quality educations. So what are those? So basically it's social skill, responsibility, communication skill, critical skill, and scientific approach, knowledge, values, attitudes, and so on. So all of these are basically the things you can learn by having a group assignments. So the fact that you're saying it cannot make the quality of education is totally opposite from the expert of academic and the educators. Okay. So our mechanism is that to have an effective method of group assignments is basically, the first one is to have a clear objectives. Why? Because all the meetings and all the discussions should start with a goal. For example, students make a list of tasks that need to be performed, so then they know that this group assignments has goals that they want to reach. And also second is set ground rules, because when you do the discussions, some members might not be attending, or just they feel like, oh, I'm confused what this group assignments is. Sorry, no. So like they are confused, and then they feel like, oh, they feel discouraged to participate in the group members. So basically, if you set this ground rules, basically it's like, if someone couldn't attend the meetings or the discussions, all the members needs no sorry all the members has set the rules that the person need to go buy this stuff or coffee for other members. Therefore, no one will miss the meetings, because they feel like, oh, this is much burden than attending the group assignments. Then if they know that the group assignments is much simpler than doing the wrong things, then to have the punishments, then they will not be missed to attend it, and they will more to do the works. And also, moreover, all the members have to define roles, communicate, and stick to the deadline in order to avoid the misleading of the concept of group assignments. No, sorry. So so we, as the opposition side, disagree with the motions that group assignment should be banned. Because why? Because group assignment have more information than a single individual. Why am I saying this, ladies and gentlemen? It's because group has a greater wealth of resources to tap, and also more information available because of variety of backgrounds and experiences by all the members. So for example, if a group assignments comes with 4 people, and then each of the members share the thoughts or opinions in different ways and knowledge. So this also promotes the critical thinkings, the way that the MQA wants to achieve. And also from this way, there's more informations being shared. The students will carefully make a decisions to solve the problem that has given in the task. And also it's also in research, it suggests that students who are engaged in group problem solving are more committed to the solution and are better satisfied with their participations in the group than those who were not involved. And also, ladies and gentlemen, what our view see is that when we continue these motions, students might not achieve or meet the higher quality of educations that MQA wants. And also because group assignments is the way to promote the skills. So that is all the points that I have. And also for the questions given by the Prime Minister, I will pass to the whip opposition, which is UFA. And thank you, everyone.
Speaker spoke for 6 minutes and 52 seconds. Next, I would like to invite Afiq as the Deputy Prime Minister to present his case.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A very good evening to the Honorable Mr. Speaker, my worthy opponents, and members of the House. Before I proceed with my arguments, I would like to argue from what the Leader of Opposition has mentioned. So the leader of Opposition has mentioned that group assignments contribute to variety of perspective, I guess. So, well, actually, it is not sometimes, because there are some people who are actually not contributing their opinion at all. How about these people, their opposition? Do we want to just hear from the same people over and over again? Even if group assignment tend to give benefit, but does it really improve the students' quality of education? Not at all. This because the opposition does not demonstrate anything that shows if the group assignment continued, it will improve the quality of education for the students. I hope that opposition can muster up the courageous to fight our side after today's debate. So, ladies and gentlemen, to my first point, assignments is the sector of direction. Sorry, no. According to professors, group projects provide a unique opportunity to interact and be creative with other people. Students complain that group assignments are unfair since partners are allocated at random. There is a lack of communication and time management is tough. Group projects are an important kind of collaborative work, but they can be difficult in college. For these reasons, educators should no longer offer group projects to college students because they are not the most effective approach for students to gain comprehensive understanding of a subject. Each student has a different lesson schedule. This can be difficult when trying to schedule a meeting with everyone in your group. arranging a time that works for everyone to work for a reasonable period of time is definitely difficult. This isn't necessarily anyone's fault, it's just a natural struggle. According to a research conducted in the Journal of Asian Journal of Psychiatry, correlates of depression, anxiety, and stress among Malaysian university students, analysis showed that among all students, 27.5% had moderate and 9.7% had severe or extremely severe depression. 34% had moderate and 29% had severe or extremely severe anxiety, and 18.6% had moderate and 5.1% had severe or extremely severe stress scores based on the DASS21 inventory. And one of the biggest factor is because of the group assignment as the biggest distraction. A group assignment was assigned to 120 students in a research done at Murdoch University of Law, Turkey. Through this research, each student was issued a survey to provide feedback to their group mates. When asked if group effort resulted in greater grades than individual work, 75% of them answered that they disagreed or strongly disagreed. This shows that even in high developed countries found that group assignments are pointless and become such a biggest distraction to the students, then how about our own country, Malaysia? As for conclusion, individual assignments are an easier way for the students to study and deliver adequate content than group projects. Collaboration with others for assistance and ideas may and can be a resource, but everyone must take responsibility for his or her own job. Moving on to my second point, which is failure to integrate a core understanding of a certain subject. Why do we say so? This is because when we are given a list of topics for the group assignment, we are basically focusing more on that particular topic, then this might affect the other topic from the same core subject. How about the rest topics? And how about the rest subject that we need to cover? Whoever created projects in school is a bad person. I'm talking about, let's say, you must write an essay on math. I mean, is math about memorizing, solving problems, and using it as a building block? But how about a math essay? This is just so incorrect. Why do you need to write a math essay? You could also learn from the class through tests and classwork. However, the project is totally a pointless assignment for which you
Can
will
I
receive
feel
a
I?
failing grade if you do not complete it. No,
Can I
thank
feel
you.
I?
When it comes to group projects, there are two types of people: those that devote their time to making the project as perfect as possible, and those who just sit there and watch while all the work is done for them. Individual initiatives should be the norm because group projects are rarely collaborative efforts. Despite teachers' attempts, the work accomplished in group projects is almost often finished by only one individual. This is detrimental to both teachers and the students. When work is completed for students who refuse to participate, they are not learning the subject, which results in more work for both them and the teacher because the lesson must be taught and reinforced again. An increase in group projects can be damaging to a student's education because it results in less work being completed. When there are more distractions generated by the additional persons involved in the project, it is more difficult to stay concentrated and students fall off task. A lot of important time is squandered and the quality of students' work to understand the core subject of certain subject, and this led to failure of student understand the core and suffers as a result. Although individual projects are preferable, group projects can help the students develop lifetime communication skills. Learning to listen, lead, and collaborate with others are vital life skills to acquire. Cell phones, social media, television, and the internet are all vital communication platforms to become acquainted with. And group projects are an excellent method to engage students in debates that use various mediums to reach the public. However, the drawbacks of group projects, such as a student's failure to integrate the core understanding of a certain subject and work ethics, unfair grades, as well as difficult social circumstances, far exceed the advantages. While professors cannot always give just individual assignments, it would be more beneficial to students' education if they avoided providing group projects whenever possible. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have put forward the arguments on why we consider that this House believes that group assignment should be banned. Before I raise my case, let me reaffirm our stand that this House believes that group assignment should be banned. With that, I thank you.
Speakers spoke for 7 minutes and 9 seconds. So next, I would like to invite Faris as the Deputy Leader of Opposition to present his case.
Thank you to the chairpersons. Thank you also to the Deputy Prime Minister for your speech. But for now, I'm going to talk about my point first, and later I will go to the rebuttals. Okay, first of all, we do not agree that the group assignment should be banned as the opposition side. Why? Because the group assignment, student will foster the value of responsibilities. Compared to doing the assignment individually, a student will get to learn an important value of responsibilities. It may sound cliches, but the value is very important for our generation to master, because right now we are fully learning in the online learning method. So when we come back to the real face-to-face learning, it's very important for us to take responsibilities, because later on we will face more people than we facing in the online learning. So as they work in group, the student will also do their parts to be strategic with their way of handling tasks. On top of that, with the group assignment, it can actually promote leadership skills, teamwork among the students, and also students with lacks of knowledge, we can teach each other and take responsibility of once, because we don't want our future be selfish about themselves. No. Second, to reduce student stress and burdens. I'm pretty sure that all the students are able to do a single assessment alone. Most of the students might be overwhelming with stress and burden to carrying the assignment alone. But with group assignment, I'm a firm believer that it can reduce the stress as well as the burden. This is mentioned because with the word divided, each student will have a lesser work to do. Thus, it will result the students to have time to rest their minds and break free from the overwhelming assignments. And also, they can do a discussion when they are in the group assignment if they don't understand some things about the subject. So we're going to the rebuttals. The Deputy Prime Minister saying that it's a kind of rare to students to collab during the group assignment. I would say it's just a minor issue that might happen in some students. This can be managed by, I repeat the point from the Prime Minister, that the students can report it to the lecturer or educators about this problem, about these students. This will improve their communication skills, and if they really wanted to learn, there is there to voicing out their issue and problems to the lecturer if they are concerned about the academic. When they stand up for their studies and academic, they will discuss with lecturer, and it will teach them to be more confident about themselves, and they will learn more actually, because they can just remove this person who don't want to collab with them. Other than that, the Deputy Prime Minister saying that the educators is a bad person. I think that it's very quite rude to say that the educators is the person who really wanted the students to achieve the successfulness as the persons. Why? Because I mean, if there is the lecturers know more about the students, and they wanted to teach students to become a better person. And the Deputy Prime Minister saying also group discussion is pointless. Can you imagine that come from the Deputy Prime Minister saying that the group discussion is pointless? If this group discussion methods is come from the person from the education background, they probably know more about what student will learn and what student going to learn in the group assignment. Like the educators already did the research and think this group assignment is working for the students to gain more knowledge in the that kind of subject. So group assignment is a very, I would like if the it come from the educators to do that method, it probably work. And if that don't work for you, you probably do something wrong with that. That's all for my speech. Thank you. Going back to the chairperson's thing.
So the speaker spoke for 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Next, I would like to invite Putra as the government whip to rebut the opposition's points and strengthen the government's points.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Is my voice crystal clear? All right. Student is the beacon of country, societies, and socials. However, how bright the beacon is, how we measure the beacon is what we are debating right now. And so, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I bid a very good evening to my fellow comrades and friends in the government, members of the opposition, and lastly, to all spectators of the floor on YouTube Live right now. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, as the government whip, I stand here to reiterate again what this motion requires both sides, the government and also the opposition. This motion requires the government to prove that group assignment negative effect outweigh the positive, of which in the end of the day, we need to ban group assignment. And so the opposition need to prove and need to bring evidences and facts that group assignment positive effect outweigh the negative. And so to put the light of this requirement of this motion, let us go through with the rebuttals from all the oppositions given to all of which arguments and points that have been brought by my friends. Firstly, let's go through with the leader opposition. She said that if the members of group assignment have problems, or do some nasty thing, they don't do the works they need to done to finish the assignment, the members of the group assignment can report to lecturer. There's one question that to be asked about this. Even if the members of the group assignment report to the lecturer, the main problem of this group assignment is still not solved. Why? Because the people are not do the group assignment, of which making it give unfair presentation of student marks who do much more work, who commit much more work to finish the assignment. And so, leader opposition, if you say that reporting to the lecturer can solve this problem, then why this problem is not yet eradicated yet? Students have the freedom, students have the prerogative right to report, to share the problem, but still, this problem still happen to this day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with the flaws and the illogical things that have been brought by the leader opposition. She said that group assignment is one of the influential way to help students to learn, to expand their potential in university. However, leader opposition has failed to mention that is it an effective way to help and effective way to help in terms of academic, for student academic. But what she said is to help student confidence, communication skills. But what is this relation to the academic skills of a person who are currently read books,
UI,
studying a new material, and so
UI.
please.
Okay. Haven't I just said that MQA objectives, or I mean like the learning outcomes is basically the skills, right? So that is my rebuttal for that. Okay.
All right, thank you for the QI. For the MQA objective, is it soft skills is the main objective for MQA? No. However, the main objective for MQA to set a qualification of a program is based on the curriculum, based on the academic terms of the studying program in a certain university. So enough with that POI. And so we continue again. What leader opposition, the whole point is, the summary of the leader opposition whole point is to let group assignment, is to keep group assignment is because it can help student potential. However, leader opposition fails to bring evidence, fails to bring facts, fails to bring statistics to support that group assignment do, and it is really an effective way to help student. If they say it is an effective way, if they say it is an effective way, please bring numbers. But no, there are no numbers. However, my Deputy Prime Minister bring evidences, bring facts, bring numbers statistically to support and to make justice to his argument in order group assignment to be banned. And so finish with leader opposition. Let's continue to the deputy leader opposition. Deputy leader opposition bring two arguments, which is group assignment can nurture responsibilities and group assignment can help to build the values of responsibilities, which is leadership skills, communication skills, which is same with the point brought by the leader opposition. Just one question, Deputy Prime Minister. What is the relation, all of this, the responsibilities, the communication skills, to help students to become to have a good understanding, to have a very good academic skills, to help them at the end of the day to become an excellent student in terms of academic? No. Deputy Leader Opposition just said that group assignment can help to bring leadership skills to the student, which is the government agree that these skills is essential. However, in terms of studying, in terms of a student, is it these skills is the most important skill for them to have currently? No. If you talk after the student graduating, yes. But however, the scope that we are debating right now is students who are currently studying. So what is currently I'm trying to say right now is Deputy Leader Opposition, his two arguments, his 2 points is nothing at all, just to bring the essential, just to bring benefit that may have helped the student in the first place. But no, they do not bring any evidences to show that group assignment positive effect in terms of help student to learn, help student to hone their skill in academic skills, has outweighed the negative effect of group assignment itself. But in the government, by my Prime Minister Ifa has brought to this floor that group assignment should be banned because of it can bring unfair presentation of student marks. And to bring my Deputy Prime Minister, he has bring the statistical numbers. He has bring the evidences. And so what I'm going to conclude here is that we need to discard and disregard the opposition and let accept the government motion today, which is to ban group assignment. And so thank you very much and good evening.
Speakers spoke for 8 minutes and 24 seconds. Lastly, I would like to invite Siti Ofa to rebut the government's points as well as to strengthen the opposition's point.
Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. To continue the opposition side of this debate, I would first like to point out several lack of clarities that were given by the government side. So firstly would be the one that is most prominent to me was the Deputy Prime Minister's comparison between Malaysia and a university in Turkey. One university in Turkey, if you're going to talk about statistics, government whip. So comparing Malaysia to one university in Turkey, I think is absolutely unfair. We have different resources, we have different people, we have different backgrounds. And at the end of the day, it is Malaysia. You cannot compare it to any other country because we are not striving to be any other country. We are striving to be Malaysia. And as citizens, it is our job to be able to do that. Okay. And next is also the rebuttal given by the third speaker. Hold on. Is that stating that responsibilities, basically the points given by the deputy leader of opposition stating that responsibilities do not coincide with the MQA, which their goal is to get students, not now, of better academics. Now, again, reinstating that they have mentioned the MQA is striving to obviously have students of better academics and using soft skills as a mechanism to help that. So every single skill that you have mentioned was used for the MQA to be able to help, for students to be able to help MQA achieve these goals. Responsibility, management skills, and other soft skills that you had mentioned just now. Next is also, again, regarding the request for numbers. I think we can see that there are obviously more people graduating than there are people who are failing their courses. I think those are great numbers enough for you to... Go ahead.
How come you can measure the quality of education through the numbers of graduating?
Because these are the people who are graduating, the people who have passed their courses. Why would we not measure their success based on, why should we not measure the number of success based on people who are graduating?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Can I continue? Yeah. And also, I would like to point out the statistics, the other statistics given by the Deputy Prime Minister, the 9.7% severe depression, the 5.1% severe stress. Even though it was in an article, these numbers were also based off a self-test survey for the mental illness. So it's not really diagnosed, people who are diagnosed. They are all based off self-tests. And even when taking the self-test, it is disclaimed in the instructions to properly get yourself diagnosed if you think that these numbers, if you think that you are someone who has severe depression or if you are someone who is dealing with severe stress. And again, by the Deputy Prime Minister was regarding his example on the essay in math. Okay, even if it was not a group assignment, what makes you think it will not be given as an individual assignment? If it is part of your syllabus, you will get that, you will be required to do that task no matter what. Agree? No comment? I see. Okay. And also, again, given by the Deputy Prime Minister is the difficult social circumstances. I believe according to myself and also everybody else, they would agree that talking among peers is definitely easier than talking to, let's say, their lecturers. So let's say if you were to be given an individual task in doing an essay in math, what makes you think it would be easier for them to overcome their social circumstances by only talking to the lecturer instead of talking to their peer mates, someone who is obviously within the same age group and someone who they will be more comfortably be able to talk to? And lastly, I would also like to point out that the alternative was not given by the government side. They were only instating for a group assignment ban. However, they did not instate what would be put in place for that. So let's say it was banned, and as we know right now, government group assignments are part of our syllabus. If it were to be banned, let's say the weightage of individual assignments would be higher, your test marks, you would have more percentage that you have to rely on yourself to do, and also other individual assignments that have to be done. And coinciding that with the Deputy Prime Minister's points of it causing stress, what makes you think that banning this and putting these alternatives that you did not give, what makes you think that would help these students not be so stressed or depressed or lower the statistics that you had given? I would like to now strengthen the points given and reinstate what the leader of opposition had said regarding the effectiveness of learning by variety in group works, where she said that there would be more information being passed to one another and how that would work, and how she had explained that it is basically more people being there, more information being passed at a smaller compared to if you were to study everything by yourself, you have all these other people already explaining these things to you, and all you have to do is just write it down. And it's also, again, proven scientifically that it is more helpful for students to be able to learn in groups rather than on their own. It is more effective and it produces more scholars. Okay, I think that is all from me. Thank you very much. I rest my case.
Okay. Speaker spoke for 6 minutes and 42 seconds. The last words from the opposition whip. This concludes the debate show for tonight. I hope everyone, including myself, can learn from this debate about the pros and cons of the motion. I, Hisham Hilmi bin Umar, would like to apologize for any mistakes or blunder that I may have done during my handling of this whole debate. I would like to hand the floor back to the honorable moderator. That is all from me. Thank you very much for lending me your attentive ears.
Our program has come to an end. Every journey has its end, and every path does stop somewhere. We appreciate you guys for taking time off your busy schedule to join us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show. To end this program, let us recite tasbih kafarah and surah Al-As. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Don't forget to fill out the Google form provided in the description box below or at the comment section. Thank you and good night, everyone.